Hi guys, we are live. 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 And if you're joining us right now, you're much welcomed. We are live. We are live. And today it's another topic we're going to discuss about. I was premiering this live, but it reached a point like, no, let me just do it right now. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. It's another day. It is another beautiful day. And today we are discussing something new. Yeah. Peer pressure leading to young women insecurities. Has peer pressure ever led you to be insecure of something in your life? Has peer pressure ever led you to be insecure because of something? Just comment down below. Just share with me. Let me know if peer pressure has ever has in one way or the other made you become insecure of things around you, of what is happening. Yeah, you can just comment down below, or you can comment in the live chat. Thank you for tuning in. You are so much welcomed. And this is African Weddings Corner. And this is the Let's Talk segment. All right. So you are welcome to my live. You are welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. You're welcome to my live. You can also tell me where you're watching me from. You can comment down below and just tell me where you're watching me from. If you're watching me from Kenya, if you're watching me from outside the country, the other countries, if you're watching me from Germany, if you're watching me from the United States of America, if you are watching me from, just tell me. Let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know the country where you're watching me from. And let's get this done. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to my live. Thank you for tuning into my live. As I told you, I had scheduled this video, but I realized scheduling won't be good, so I decided to just come live at this time. I had scheduled it, by the way. I had scheduled this video, yeah, but I just thought, because I was trying to key into this video, the one that I had scheduled, and I was finding it very hard. So I said to myself, let me just come live right now so that we can share what we're supposed to share. We can talk and discuss what we're supposed to discuss. And yeah, we shall call it a day. We'll call it a day. Thank you for tuning into my live. So there are so many ways young people have been affected by peer pressure. And this peer pressure has led to their insecurities. But today I choose to talk about women because most women are the ones that are being affected. Even right now, if you do the statistics, you realize that most women are being affected by peer pressure, and it is leading some of them to kill themselves. And once they're affected by peer pressure, they end up being insecure in their life. It brings about so many insecurities. Yeah, it brings about so many insecurities, and that is why some young women end up killing themselves. They end up committing suicide. They end up just, some of them will even just want to release their life. Like, anything that happens to them, they don't even care. They end up being don't carers because of peer pressure that has led to so many insecurities in their lives. So today we are going to discuss about that, and this topic is mainly concerning peer pressure and young women insecurities. How has peer pressure led to young women insecurities? I will start with the first one. Number one, when it comes to the area of marriage, you see your friend is married and you're not married, or you see your friend is dating and you're not dating, or rather you see your friend is in a relationship but you are not in relationship, and you start asking yourself why, and we are of the same age, why, and we are of the same level, why is she ahead of me, and why am I not getting the right person like she has gotten, and why am I not dating like she is dating, and it brings about insecurities. So because you want to look like your friend, you will go and find any man to date. You won't even care about their personality. You won't even care about who they are. You will just go and find any man to date because it has brought to you a lot of you have a lot of peer pressure. You want to be like the way your friend is, and that one will bring to you insecurities. Now you'll start asking yourself, what, because so and so is my closest friend and she's dating and I'm not dating, what will people say outside there? What will the community say? The community will think that maybe I am cast or something of the sort. The community will think that I do not deserve to have a man. So like you will start asking yourself, in the process of you asking yourself those questions, that is how insecurities start arising. You start feeling like you do not belong as part of a group, or you start feeling like you just don't want to interact with people because you're so much insecure, because you're afraid of the questions they are going to ask you. You're afraid, you're so much insecure, and because of peer pressure you've gone around there to just look for anybody else and just say, I'm going to date whichever man I will date, I don't care. That is something that kills a lot of young women. Peer pressure. Another thing is successful. Yourself questions. What has she done or what has he done that I have not been doing? Because we have been working together, we have been doing stuff together, but right now she's more successful than I am. And it brings about a lot of insecurities in you, and you're like, what will people say when they see her very successful and I am not successful, yet we have been friends for so many years. We have been interacting with each other, we have been going for outings with each other, we have been spending time with each other. What will people say outside there? And so because of you want to be like your friend, or you want to be like your friend the way she is rich, she is successful, you will find any means for you to be successful even though it is negative. Now that is a root of peer pressure, and these insecurities will make you even the question you ask yourself, what will people say? It will make you even feel afraid to go outside there and walk. The moment you go outside there and walk, you lose your confidence. You're not confident like you used to be because of insecurities. You're so much insecure. Who will say this? Who will say that? Because you're so much insecure. So peer pressure leads to young women insecurities. The moment a young woman has peer pressure, or right, the moment a millennial has peer pressure, it will lead to a lot of insecurities. You will start asking yourself questions. You will start feeling like you're not loved. You will start feeling like you do not belong to the society. You will start feeling like God does not love you. You will start feeling like you are a caste, yet you are not. Peer pressure has led to insecurities, which is not right. I have seen this happen to so many people, including the friends I have. Including the friends I have, some of them I won't mention their names, but some of them have had a lot of insecurity because of peer pressure. Peer pressure brings about insecurities in a young woman. And by the way, this is not healthy for a lady. I'm not saying it's healthy for men. Also, for men, it's not healthy. But on this topic, I have chosen to talk about ladies. Yeah, the the topic of discussion, the main area that we are targeting, the age group that we are targeting, or the members that we are targeting are the ladies. All right. So it's not healthy for a lady for you to be to be found in a group of peer pressure, because of peer pressure that led you to do something. It's not healthy for a lady to be so much insecure. In your life, you're just so much insecure, you cannot even do anything. You feel like you know I tend to believe insecurity brings about someone, you feel like you're imprisoned. You feel like you're not free to do things like you used to do. You feel like you're imprisoned, and by that it brings about condemnation. You start blaming yourself even for the things that you have not done. You start blaming yourself. You start thinking that God does not love you, yet even God has not told you he does not love you. He loves you, but you start think you overthink. People who have insecurities, they tend to overthink. You really overthink on simple matters. Even your head can end up paining you because you're overthinking, just because you are insecure of something. All right. There are so many things that lead to these insecurities, by the way. Some of them I will not mention, but I think you know. I think you know the difference between someone being insecure and someone having peer pressure. In this text, I mean, when someone has peer pressure, they will always want to do or be like other people, even when they are not supposed to be in that position. If you see someone who is so much affected by peer pressure, they will always want to please people, just for others to see, just for others to appreciate them, and so did it, just because you want so and so to comment positively about it. And people who tend to be so much attracted to by the peer pressure, like the friends, the people who are your age mates, people who are so much into which term will I use? People are so much enclosed in peer pressure, they can do anything. They don't care whether it's positive or negative. Once you see your friend has done it and your friend is prospering, whether it's positive or negative, you will always want to do it. Not because you it was meant for you to do it, but you just did it out of peer pressure. When it comes to insecurities, what do I mean by insecurities? When someone insecure, that person is not free. That person looks like he or she is in chains. That person looks like she or she doesn't have a voice. That person looks like he or she is in captive of something. uh that person looks like they're just always in fear. If you want to know a person insecure, they are always fearing things. They are so much insecure, they overthink. Insecure people tend to overthink a lot. They really overthink. They overthink, and such person is so much insecure. I know in one way or the other you might have met such people, or you might have been a victim of circumstance, but that does not mean that people should hate you. It just means that you need to learn more about why you should not be insecure of things, why you should not be insecure, and why allow yourself to be you should not allow yourself um to be put captive by what your friends do. Why you should not allow yourself to be in a group just because others are there, not because you belong there, but just because others are there. So there are so many insecurities, by the way. There are so many, and peer pressure can lead to these insecurities. There are so many incidences that have happened to young women, especially when it comes to progressiveness, or when it comes to when you want to do when you want to be progressive in your life. Peer pressure. When you see your peers have reached a certain level and you're not there, you tend to hurry. You tend to make quick decisions. You tend just to jump from one position to another without thinking. Actually, something else I realized is that peer pressure can make someone lose his or her sense of thoughts, because they will just want to do it, not because they're supposed to do it, but because they want someone to be impressed, but because they just want someone to comment positively about it, not because they're supposed to do it, but because they just want someone to say something good the way so and so is being praised. And that one, it can really kill you. It can kill your inner confidence. By killing your inner confidence, it brings about insecurities, and the insecurities are the ones that will kill your inner and outward confidence. You will be walking outside there and you're like, why am I even walking outside? I don't want people to see me because I've not reached this level. I don't want people to see me because this and this has not happened to me like the way it happened to so and so. It is so demeaning. It is so demeaning. You understand what I mean? Yeah, it is so demeaning. It can kill your morale. It can kill your self esteem. It can kill your confidence. Insecurities are not good. They are not good because every time you will be like, thinking, overthinking, and the more you overthink, the more you use a lot of energy to overthink, the more you are drained, the more you become stressed, and it can also lead to trauma. You become stressed, you become stressed, you become stressed. It can lead to a lot of stress. It can even cause diseases. Peer pressure, insecurities can cause you can even start losing weight because you're so much insecure of something. All right, so I don't think being insecure is something good. I don't think peer pressure, just wanting to do what your friends are doing because they're being praised, because they have gone ahead of you, because they're doing things which you're not doing, so you force yourself to reach at that position when it is not your time to reach that position. There's a scripture even in the Bible that says God's timing is the best. Yeah, God's timing is the best. So when God's timing is the best, when you rush to do something and it's not the time of God, that God has destined that you're going to do that thing, it won't be successful. Now, that is what happens to the people who are too much affected by peer pressure. They always want to rush things, even though their time has not reached for them to do it. They just want to rush it. They just want to rush it so that they can please so and so, so that someone can comment positively. It is not about the positive comment, it is about your own good, it is about your heart. It is about your well being. It is about you. It is not about others. So do not do something to please others. Do not do something just because others are doing. If you feel uncomfortable of doing it, don't do it. All right? As young women, me personally, I would advise my fellow ladies outside there. If you feel something is so uncomfortable for you to do it, don't force it. Don't force it. Don't do it. Forget about it. Find something that will be comfortable for you to deal with and pursue it. But if it feels so uncomfortable for you, don't force it just because someone else is forcing it. Don't force it because you saw someone via internet doing it. Don't. If it's uncomfortable for you, please secure your own heart. Please secure your own health. Don't do it. Because immediately you force it will lead to insecurities, and these insecurities will bring you down. insecurity Insecurities might come in such a way that, maybe, let me use an example so that you out there can understand me better. Let's use an example of a business. let's use an example of a business. Yeah, you have seen your friend or your fiance or the person you're dating or somebody close to you has started a business and it's picking up so well. But for you, yes, you had that idea to begin a business, but you haven't put it in place, and you haven't even drafted how you want it to be. But yes, you always want to have that business. So what you do, you hurry up things so that your business can look like the business of the person close to you. So how will insecurities come here? Once your business fails just because you wanted to copy the business of the person close to you, of your fiancé, of your friend, once your business has failed, once your business is not raising profits, once your business has failed, once your business is not getting enough customers like you expected it to get, you start regretting. You start having those insecurities in you. You start feeling like you do not know how to plan. You start having a lot of insecurities, in you. You start even being afraid of walking outside there, because you will be like, people will begin to talk about you in a negative way. You will feel so much insecure, and you will start even feeling ashamed of the decision you made. Peer pressure leads to insecurities. That is peer pressure. The pressure you had to start a business that looks like someone else has ended up leading to insecurities in your life. And by the way, you can never live with insecurities. It's either you deal with them and they go for good, or your life, like your life will not be peaceful. You will not have a peaceful stay. You will not do things at peace. You will always be feeling like there's a burden you're carrying on your shoulder. So until you pull off that burden, you can never do things right. Okay, so this has happened to so many young women outside. They're mostly women, mostly. I'm not saying men do not pass through peer pressure or men do not have insecurities. I have not said that. I am saying mostly young women tend to really pass through these stages where they get a lot of peer pressure from their friends and everything, and also insecurities. In fact, insecurities, even as you look right now, we are in the digital era, right? We are in the digital era. Everyone is using internet, everyone is browsing, you know, everyone is using Firefox, everyone is using Chrome, everyone is using Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Skype, all those platforms. Everyone is using TikTok, especially TikTok. I've seen many people in TikTok. Everyone is using like it. When you have this, social media has really, 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 really led to a lot of peer pressure. Social media in such a way that actually these things really, it really pisses me off. I do not know what will be your take concerning this, but to me, I get so much offended in a way, because I don't think it should be like this. Why? It reaches a point, because of peer pressure, young people or young women outside there, they go ahead and cloud chase. They just want to cloud chase via internet, because they want to be like so and so, someone who has already excelled. So they use negative ways to excel. They start using promiscuous ways. They start using ways that are not good for them to just achieve whatever that person achieved. They don't want to pass through a process. They don't want to pass through a process. This thing is so hurting. It is so hurting. At least you should allow yourself to pass through a process. Don't be moved by peer pressure of your fellow youths, of your fellow friends, of your fellow ladies. as a group. Don't be moved just because your fellow ladies are doing this, you want to do this. Don't be moved by peer pressure. Allow yourself to pass through that process, that slow process, those small steps, so that you can learn from them, and at the end you can come and advise someone outside there that this and this should be done, and this should not be done in this sector or in this area. All right, so I think that is what is really killing young women. It's really draining the minds of women, young women, especially young women, just because someone, there's an analogy, there's something that people always use, it's called baby fever. Hope I'm getting it right. Hope I've said it right. There's something called baby fever. A lot of young women will want to have kids. I'm not saying having kids is bad, but having kids at the right time is good. All right. Now, just because your friend got married and now they have kids, you also want to get kids, yes, yet you're not married. So you go and hurry, you rush things, you go on dating the wrong person, and you go on doing, becoming so much intimate to an extent that you bore a child outside the courts of marriage. That is peer pressure that has led you, and that at the end of it you might even regret. First of all, you regret why you rushed to look for just any guy, why you rushed to look for a wrong person for you to fall in love with. And also, you might pass through some problems. Maybe at that point you're not so much sustainable. You haven't gotten a job to sustain yourself. You haven't gotten you're not yet stable financially, and you're not even prepared emotionally, and also what, you're not prepared psychologically for a baby, but you just want to get a baby because you have baby fever, and you have seen someone who married, who is your friend, has gotten a baby, so you want to rush and get that baby. At the end, it will lead to a lot of insecurities, because at that point maybe you might not be able to sustain that baby, you might not be able to provide everything that that baby needs, you might not be able to feed that child. You'll be so much insecure. You'll be like, what if this kid dies? You know, what will people say? People will say I never did a wedding. People will say I picked, and at some point the person whom you fell in love with at the wrong time with the wrong person, they might even keep harassing you. They might even keep harassing you all the time, and you'll start regretting. You'll start having insecurities. What will my friends say? The friends have been advising each and every time. What will they speak about me? What will my pastor say? What will my parents say? The parents who trusted me with all of their hearts, what will they say? So sorry, those are just some of the insecurities I am talking about. And mostly young women, especially young women, have been victims of this insecurity and peer pressure groups. Peer pressure. So I'll give you a bit of how to avoid peer pressure. Number one, you can only avoid peer pressure when you put to your stand. Know exactly what you want. Because what your friend will want is not, your friend will want is not what you will want. Know exactly what you want and ask yourself this question. Is this thing that I want right at this time? Or is it right? Basically, right. Is it right? Is it positive? Will it help me? Number two, know your worth. As a young lady, know your worth. You are more expensive than failing yourself in life. You are more expensive you're more expensive than becoming a vessel of insecurities. You're more expensive. Know your worth. And by knowing your worth, you will realize that you're even starting to love your own self. You're starting to appreciate yourself even when other people outside there cannot appreciate you. but you wake up in the morning and you say, I am doing something. You go somewhere and buy yourself a gift. You start appreciating yourself. That is how we overcome these insecurities and these small peer pressure things. Number 3, learn to seek advice from elderly people. As a young lady, as a young woman, just seek advice from someone who is experienced. If there is something that you do not know, it's not wrong to ask. By the way, asking is something very good. Asking saves people's lives. Asking can really help you in your life and in decision making. So ask someone the way something goes. And do not ask anybody. Ask a person who is trusted, because not all people will give you right advice. Some of them will just want to give you advice because they are in a hurry. Some of them will just want to give you advice for the sake of giving you. Some of them will want to give you advice with hidden agendas to see you fall, to see you destroyed. So do not seek or ask advice from any person. Go to someone elderly whom you trust, especially your parents. You can seek advice from your parents and they will direct you well. The fourth thing, you need to be firm. You need to be assertive. If it is a no, is a no. If it's a yes, is a yes. And you need to discern the point at which you need to be assertive. Don't be assertive to negativities. Be assertive in a positive way. Don't be assertive. Don't let not someone tell you to do this and you know very well it's wrong. And you're like, yes, I'm going to do no. No, the fifth way you can overcome you can get rid of peer pressure and a lot of insecurities. Learn to keep yourself busy and learn to appreciate the work of your hands. Whatever you do with your hands is very important and special. Do not look at other people and you're like, you only need to appreciate them. They're being appreciated. They have people who appreciate. No, learn to appreciate the work of your hands. Learn to appreciate your own self. Learn to appreciate whatever you do. Even though it's a small achievement, learn to congratulate yourself. It's not a must someone comes to you and tells you congratulations. I'm not saying it's bad for someone to come, but it is worth it for you to tell yourself, congratulations, I have made it. Even though it is not something big, but still appreciate yourself. That is how we overcome just being prisoners of peer pressure and a lot of insecurities, peer pressure and a lot of insecurities in our lives. All right, then the last thing you can deal with these things of peer pressure and insecurities, do not allow yourself to be swayed by the crowd. Do not allow yourself to be swayed by the crowd. It's not that when the crowd goes left, you also go left. No, you have your own decision to make. When they go left, you can as well choose to go right and make a positive and right decision. Make a positive and right decision. Those are basically the few things I can tell you how you can overcome this peer pressure thing and just having a lot of insecurity in your life as a young woman. Hope someone somewhere has learned something from this live. Hope it is going to help you as it has helped me. Hope it's going to help you wherever you are, and hope it will transform your life for the good. Thank you for tuning into this live. I really appreciate your support. You guys have been with me from the first time I began this channel. You have been with me from the time I began posting my videos. You have been there with me. Thank you so much. Road to 10,000 subscribers, and hope the content I'm sharing and these segments are really teaching you something and you love them. All right, if there's something you will want me to add on my content, whether wedding videos or this let's talk segment, comment down below in the comment section or in the live chat or at the description part of this channel. There is my email. You can text me in my email. I will reply you. Okay, I will reply. So thank you for always tuning into my live. Thank you for always watching this live. It is not in vain. It is very, very, very much appreciated from your one and only Miss Candy. Like I told you, just call me Miss Candy. Yeah. Thank you for watching. This is African Weddings Corner, where we share love. It's all about love. Weddings. It's all about love, where we encourage people and where we talk things that will help someone outside there. So remember to work hard always, stay positive, and do what is right. Until next time, see you. Ciao.